Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Courtney from the threes class. And my little puppy face sleeping here. Oh, she's awake. She wanted to join me today for the Bible story and the lesson that we would be doing if we were in Sunday school. And again, we're not, but I miss you all so, so much. And I cannot wait to see you soon. Today, our story is about my favorite topic, service. Wow, I wonder, what does that mean? Do you guys know what service means? Think about it. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. That's okay, because we'll learn in just a second here. Our picture that you can print out is this one. And you can color it if you want. I'm trying to get a zoom in. I don't know if you can see. It's, let's see. Do you see anybody helping someone? Is anyone doing something in this picture? And then you can color that, but we'll read that story in just a second. One thing that I have today that's kind of fun is a motion. I'm not going to sing it, but I'll do it with you. It is a really fun one because there's a surprise in the middle and we can talk about that. So repeat after me. Jesus used his feet to walk and his mouth to talk. Point to your mouth. And he spread God's grace throughout the world, spreading the grace, okay? Jesus used his arms to hug and his heart to love, and he spread God's grace throughout the world. Jesus used his mind to teach. Can you point to your mind? And his hands to reach, and he spread God's grace throughout the world. Okay, here's where that surprise comes in, okay? And you can say I or you can use your feet to walk. I can use my feet to walk, yeah. I can use my mouth to talk, And I can spread God's grace throughout the world, yeah. And so can you. That's the surprise. We can be just like Jesus. My, that's exciting. I want to do it. Do you? Okay, so let's finish it then. I can use my arms to hug and my heart to love, and I can spread God's grace throughout the world, and so can you. I can use my mind to teach. Yeah, I do that. And my hands to reach. Yep. And I can spread God's grace throughout the world. You can too. So that is so exciting. That's the surprise I wanted to tell you, is that we actually can be like Jesus and do all of those things. And that's what service is about. So if you were unsure what service was, it's spreading God's grace throughout the world by doing different things for others and leading a life like Jesus did. So let's hear the story today that we saw the picture. So now let's hear it. Now remember, when I have a paper like this in class, the story comes from the Bible. It's a very important book, the most important book that we have, and it is from the Bible. This one is from Matthew 20, verses 20 through 28. All right, here we go. Are you excited? I love these stories, don't you? They're so fun. They're so interesting. They teach us stuff, but they're also fun to sit and listen to. So let's have fun, okay? Let's have fun together. Whew. All right, the disciples traveled with Jesus as he went from town to town. Jesus was their teacher. So the disciples were people who were learning from Jesus, like students, kind of like Jesus's students, and they're the ones that traveled with him. The disciples were learning how to follow God's loving ways like Jesus did. So they were learning to spread God's grace throughout the world, okay? Two of the disciples were brothers. Two of them, the students, were brothers, James and John. And one day the mother of James and John, their mama, came to see Jesus with her two sons. And she said, "When you are made the ruler of the world," she said, "please let my two sons rule with you. One of them can sit on your right and the other can sit on your left." She had a place for them to sit even. And that's what a mom, she thought she was looking out for her kiddos. And Jesus said, "It is not my job to decide who will sit in those very important places. God has already decided who will rule the world. God will tell us when the time is right. That was interesting, right? He didn't just say, okay. He gave the answer from God. The other disciples were furious with James and John. "It's not fair," they exclaimed. "Why should you be given the choice places next to Jesus? Why should you rule? We are Jesus's friends too. We just have just as much right to rule the world as you do." Jesus called all of them together. "Come on, guys, let's get together." And he said, "You know how great leaders in the world like to boss everybody around?" And they were like, And Jesus said, they want everyone to bow down to them. They want everyone to do as they are told. The disciples nodded. Yep. And he said, Don't act like them. Jesus continued, if you want to be a great leader, you must help other people. If you wish to be a ruler, you must look after everyone. Look at me. I did not come here to boss people around. I came to give my life in order to give life and freedom to many people. Wow, that's interesting. The disciples were beginning to understand that Jesus was a different kind of leader. They realized that they had to be like Jesus. So they went out with him every day and learned to be good leaders by being good helpers. And you can do that too with service, work, by spreading God's grace throughout the world, just like Jesus. So Jesus gave us that wonderful message from God. And I hope that you heard it and that you understand. And if you don't, maybe you could ask your mom and dad to help you understand a little bit more. And that way you can do lots of great service just like Jesus. And I wish that all of you have a very, very blessed day. Bye.